Hey guys, so with the sudden comeback of Futurama, I thought that I would make a little bender. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm gonna make the basic head shape first, so let me get that done. Alright, so here's his head, make something like that, and face I think is gonna go right there. So I'm going to indent some eyes here and here, and then I'm going to put the eyes in and then put the visor around it. What I'm going to do, so here's an eye, and let me just hook the two holes in, so it's going to be just that and that. Okay. So what we're going to do is going to stick eyes in place. This and alright, so I've flattened it and we just wrap it around the eyes. There's that part done, and onto his mouth. Alright, so there's that. So we'll make his antenna now, something like that. Okay, so now I'll make his pupils, which are squares. So, actually, I'll paint his pupils after he's baked, so it'll look better. So, that's his head done. Alright, so I can't get his body right, so what I'm gonna do is I have some tin foil, and what I'm gonna do is take piece of it, I'll ball it up until I get the right shape that I want for his body. I think that's pretty good. So now I can wrap this in clay and then build it around this. So let me do that. Okay, so that surprisingly worked. So I have a very good base body now, and the head fits really perfect, and I'm liking it a lot. So now we will add the arms.
I don't know how you did that.
So for the arms, I'm going to use armature wire. Get it? Okay. Now when I clip them in, or clip them in half, there, now I have two exactly the same size arms. Wait. Two exactly. Never mind. Anyways, so now I'm going to do is drill 2 holes in either side of his body real quick. So there's one arm. And 2 arms. So I'm gonna bake these separately from the actual body, so this is just to make sure that they look fine. And now, whoop, I almost took apart his head. So now I'll cover them in clay, and his antenna fell off again. So there's one of his arms, and I'll just slightly roll my hands across that to like blend them in a little bit. So there's one arm, it'll just be sticking like that, and then I'll make his hand by making this little end part, and then I'll just stick 3 little fingers in place. Alright, so there's one of his hands completely done. Put it back into the body, make sure it looks good. That looks fine. So yeah, on to the next one. Alright, so I finished his arms. So here's first one, and here's the second one. So now I'm gonna start on his legs. Alright, so the legs are a little bit different because usually when I make clay sculptures I get two layers of wire. Here, I'll show you an example. I can explain it. So what I usually do is bend a wire in half like this, and then use this as the foot, and then the two coming up for the legs to make it sturdier. But his arms are the same length as his, or same width as his legs. So if I did that, it wouldn't really work out because his legs would be, you know, bigger. So what I ended up doing was I made a stand, which will help him obviously stand, plus, plus it'll give him some support because it's just like a round up wire. So gonna make his first leg. So yeah, here we go. Alright, so here's his first leg. I think it looks pretty good. It's just that. So we bring the body out. It'll be this side. There we go. So there's going to be one of his legs sticking right there. And then time to make the other one. Alright, so here's all of his limbs. Here's his body. And his head. So let's bake it and then we'll put it all together. Or actually, before we bake it, I want to just make sure it looks good as it is right now. So let's just put those in. Okay, his legs and body look good. His arm, that one looks good. That looks fine. And his head. I think he looks pretty good, so let's put him in the oven and we'll let him bake. Alright, I just took him out of the oven. He's cured now, but a few things have happened that I will have to glue on later. So, first thing, as you can see, his head looks pretty good, but there is a pretty decent crack down the back. Now, it is pretty lucky that it did happen in the back of the head, so it won't be that big of a problem. I can just paint over it and it should just cover it right up. Now on this hand, as you can see, he only has one finger because two of them fell off in the baking process, which I can just glue on afterwards. Not that big of a deal, but everything else looks pretty good. Nothing else happened, so yeah, on to the painting. Alright, so I don't have a gray, so I'm mixing up this like tan color with black. Hopefully that'll work for the body. Alright guys, I've finished with the painting. Well, yeah, finished with the painting. So here's his head. Looks pretty good. Glued everything together too, by the way. His hand, and I gotta glue these two fingers on. I don't know where they went. There they are. So there's one, and there's the other one. I'm gonna glue those two on. And then his legs, one's right here, just gotta glue it on. And then the other one is, oops, right here. And I just gotta finish painting the black lines on it. So once I do that, it'll be done. And shout out to Lego Productions and Brevin11 for guessing the character. And go watch their channels and subscribe to them because I know both of them personally. Lego Productions is one of my best friends, and actually, I'm going to be working with him on a big Lego stop-motion show that we're working on right now, so stay tuned for that. Go subscribe to that channel to be able to watch that, and if you want to, you can just go to the comments on that video, and, or on my, yeah, on the video where I said guess the character, and then he will be there, commented. Same with Brevin11. Go subscribe to those guys. So yeah, and let me glue these in and then I'll be done. Alright, he's finished. So here he is, and I'll be giving away to Lego Productions. So yeah, thanks for watching.